Hello, my name's Mark Forrest. I'm the training manager at Elfview Library Software. Today we're going to talk about original entries. In other words, materials you couldn't find using the normal power user tools inside of L4U, such as copy catalog from Union Catalog, copy catalog from the internet. In other words, you're stuck. You got a material in hand and you have to do an original entry. Now, if you're an experienced cataloger, then you'll probably have no need for this tip. But if you're new to L4U, this is a daunting task. So, what does one do? Well, one of the easiest things to do is find the record in your local library and copy and paste the material from that record into L4U. But I'm going to show you some tips. There's more detail, of course, in the printed documentation as well. So let's take a look. This one, I've got a blank record here. Nothing was found. So overall, the best way of thinking of this is working your way from the top down. In other words, the top of the page all the way through the bottom. As you can see, there's lots of fields in here. You can enter data in here. Well, for first-time user, you have to keep in mind the classic phrase that many a librarian have told me is catalog as much as possible, keeping in mind the needs of your patrons. So you do need a title. So let's grab this item in here, and I'm just going to put in the survival guide to bullying. And L4U will automatically move the article, in this case, the, or, a, or an, automatically to the end when I tab to the next field. And the subtitle for this one is written by a teen. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to point out to you that in the title field, you don't need to actually put the article at the very end. It does it automatically. And the author, in this case, usually you put the last name first. In this case, we have Mayrock, Aya, right? And okay, so L4U is going to start asking some questions. Now, the cutter is automatically built on the first three letters of the author's name, and if there's no author, the first three letters of the title. And do I want the cutter updated? Sure. And the publisher, in this case, yeah, alrighty, and the publisher in this case is Scholastic. Now, drop-down list appears. This is the listings of your publisher authority. And first-time users, I remember when I was first looking at this, I didn't know what an authority was. But an authority is a part of the item record, and the authority's objective is to maintain consistency in the catalog and to speed up cataloging. And L4U maintains authorities on six fields inside the item record: title, author, publisher, series, editor, and subjects. We can see here, as I start typing the publisher, Scholastic, in this case, I get past the third or fifth character, it starts looking. So I can say Scholastic, I'll just say Scholastic Canada in this case. It'll fill in the publisher if it's available, and the year of publication of this one is available. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning. If you're doing an original entry from the item in hand, you can go to the title page, which is a couple of pages in, also known as the TP Verso page. And all this information, such as publisher, subjects, Dewey, publication date, copyright date, is all on that page. And place of publication, in this case, I'm just going to put Toronto in here. And the year of publication for this material was 2015, and so on and so forth. And the Dewey for this item is, I think if I look on the down at the bottom of this page in here, the Dewey is a numerical representation of the subject matter, and this is 30234, 302.34, and cutter. That's great for the common area, that section of the record called the common area. Down a bit farther, we have these fields in here which are known as control files, and there's a separate video tip discussing the importance of these and how to make the best use of these control files. This is I will put as a non-fiction item, and it is paperback, and the department I'm going to leave as miscellaneous. And then the other fields in here that may be important to you, there's a series. This is not part of a series. Level, if you level your materials, and the cost that you pay for the item, and the amount you want to have, that's the replacement value, to appear on your overdue notices. A little farther down, custom fields, reading levels. If you assign reading levels such as Accelerated Reader or any other reading assisted program like Fundus Panel or Lexile, you can put the information in the respective fields in here. But I do want to point out subjects. When you get to the subject field, this has an authority attached to it as well. And if I'm starting out, let's see, on this page here it says bullying. So if I get several characters in, typing this information here, it shows hits that match that subject in my subject authority. So let's take a look here. Juvenile literature. That's one of the items. We also have bullying. Okay, how do I add the extra subject? Aha, you ask. Over here, plus sign. We'll add another row where you can continue adding more subjects. Your maximum number of subjects you can enter in here is 10. So we'll put bullying in there as well, and we scroll down a bit farther to see them all. And we have prevention. Go and have prevention. There we are. There's prevention. Description. Well, this is interesting. If you don't have information on that on the book, nothing on the back cover. If there is something on the back cover, it may be too much information, or the front jacket flap. That's a lot of stuff to type in. What I suggest is head over to your local public library, and you can actually copy some information in there, like so. A little farther down, added entries. If you know what they're used for, by all means, enter it in. If you are cataloging information relating to an item that has a model number or a serial number, such as Chromebooks and so on, or digital cameras, or readers, electronic readers, by all means, there's your model number field and your serial number field. If it's a DVD with information, a DVD or a video that has a running time with it, that's your duration field there. And down at the very bottom, you have your resources, and there's more information on the documentation on this, but you can add internet sites in here to extend the reach of your library out into the internet. If it's a topic, if it's a book that you're cataloging that does date quite quickly, maybe something to do with space sciences or any other subjects, like I say, that do date quickly, you can put internet sites in here. And you can also put other resources in here, such as electronic resources and so on and so forth. More information on electronic resources and how to catalog them is in the documentation. But here we have this book cover information. Well, if I click this now, LFU will go out on the internet and more specifically look at the Amazon website for any book covers that relate to this ISBN ISBN that's associated with this book. Well, I didn't enter an ISBN, so we'll get no book cover. But if I enter the ISBN that's on the title page of the book, and then click this button, I should get a book cover. Well, let's jump right back to the top of the page here by using the shortcuts in each section. This link will take it back to the top of the page, and then I can actually enter in the ISBN. I'll cheat and copy the ISBN and then paste it into here. And then if I go back to the bottom of the page by clicking the link in the acquisitions title bar, this will take me right to the bottom of the page, and then I can click search the web for a book cover. There we go. You can review the file, review your entry, and when you're happy with it, either click save or duplicate if you have multiple copies. One thing I didn't touch on, that's covered in a separate tip, is what to do with the accession number. This is also known as your barcode. And in this fictitious case, I'm having the LFU program generate the barcodes for me. So the last thing you'd want to do before you click save or duplicate is click this green button here, and that'll get the next barcode number that LVU is keeping track for e-materials at this school. And then we click Save, screen clears, on to the next item. We hope that's helped you out with original entries inside of LVU. Thank you for your time and have a great day.